Welcome to Post Fight with Ray Thompson. This show is powered by MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. For more interviews and podcasts, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. You can also follow MMA Crypt on Facebook and Twitter. It's at MMA Crypt on Twitter and MMA Crypt on Facebook. To follow me, it's at MMA Mental on Twitter and Ray Thompson on Facebook. I'm now joined by Aljamain Sterling, who is coming off a third-round TKO victory over Hugo Viana at UFC Fight Night 45, taking his professional record to 10-0 and his UFC record to 2-0. Aljamain, thank you very much for joining me.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Congratulations on picking up another UFC victory.
Thank you. It was an awesome fight.
Yeah, it really was. Let's talk a little bit about the build-up then. So, what were your views on your opponent going into the fight?
Sorry, I couldn't catch that.
What was your views on your opponent going into the fight?
Oh, my views on him, I thought he was a tough guy, a game opponent, heavy hands, and definitely always looking for a finish when he fights. So I knew I just had to be ready for a brawler and just ready for a guy ready to just come out there and try and take my head off.
Now, this was your second UFC fight, and we do hear a lot of talk about UFC jitters. So were you able to relax a lot more in the build-up with this being your second fight?
Honestly, I don't think I had the jitters in my last fight. I just think I only had 3.5 weeks' notice to get ready for that fight. And especially going into a high elevated place, high elevation, like a place like Vegas, compared to training at sea level, when you think you're in great shape and you go over there on short notice fight, that doesn't really help my gas tank whatsoever. And as you can see in that fight, I didn't slow down one bit. I thought like I could probably go 2-3 more rounds. So I think that's just a big difference. And definitely for the second time, I got to get a little bit more adjusted to the canvas. I learned a new trick. You're pouring the water on the ground so that you get a little more traction on your feet. So my movement was a lot better compared to the first fight.
Now, talking about the fight then, in the first round, you threw a lot of kicks. How comfortable did you feel in the stand-up?
How hard have I trained in the stand-up, you said?
No, how comfortable did you feel in the stand-up in the fight?
I'm sorry, I can't hear that last part.
How comfortable did you feel in the stand-up?
Oh, how comfortable? I felt good. Obviously I didn't want to get hit by a bomb, but little gloves is completely different than somebody hitting you hard with boxing gloves, 16-ounce gloves. So I definitely try to stay a little aware of that. But for the most part, I felt really, really comfortable. I saw everything pretty much for the most part that he threw at me, and that's why I think I was able to do such a good job at moving away and avoiding most of the shots for the most part. And with the kicks, yeah, I do a lot of kicks. That's normally my style anyway, but I do a lot more. I thought in that fight just to keep him more at distance, so he'd be a little bit more wary of trying to run in and chase me down to try to take my head off. So he had to worry about a foot coming up to his face or a push kick to his chest. And I think that kept him guessing a lot for the fight.
Now, you wobbled him with a head kick in the first round as well. How close did you feel you were to finishing the fight?
Oh, man, I hit that head kick and I was like, oh, yeah, let's go. But I thought I was going to finish it right there. You probably land that spinning back kick. If I did, I think that would have slowed him down a little bit more, and I think he would have tried to rush down and took him down and probably got the ground and pound or the rear naked choke in the first round. But he did a good job circling away. He was a lot faster with his lateral movement than I thought. And actually watching the tape over with Ray today, I should have probably just do a body kick or a head kick just to keep him off balance while he was a little rattled. But, you live and you learn. So hopefully I do a better job with that next time.
I think you did a pretty good job this time as well, to be fair. Now, during round 2, you landed a takedown and you beat him up quite a bit from top position and you took his back. How close were you to finishing the fight when you had his back?
I don't know. I don't think it was that close. I think he did a good job keeping his chin down, especially after just watching it again. I think after watching it, though, I didn't know there was 30 seconds left in that round, so I was sitting there wasting time trying to go for the choke, even though he had great defense. What I should have done watching it now was just posture up or try to switch my position over to mount and try to finish him from there. But that's another thing, I think I told Ray, I was like, yeah, if I knew there was a little bit more time, so next time we're going to work on that. If I have a dominant position, try to had a flurry instead of trying to hold position. This way I could wear the guy down a little bit faster for the next round in case he makes it out, or just hope he gets finished in that round.
Now, in the third round, you did get the stoppage. You got the TKO stoppage. Talk us through the finish.
I went for the armbar. He went for a Kimura, and I knew the counter for that was to standing. You step to the far side, catch the armbar, and he kind of yanked his arm. I guess he knew what was coming, so he yanked his arm, and I kind of fell off. And as soon as I fell off, I was like, oh no, I'm not giving this guy not a second to get on top. And I managed to just scramble over and get the full mount right away. Once he did a good job defending the arm choke, and I was like, all right, I thought there was only 10 seconds left, but there was actually a minute and 10, about 2 minutes left in the round. I thought there was only about a minute left. So I realized I wasn't going to get the arm bar, so I said, okay, let me try to advance my position a little bit. He had my arm, and then he let it go for a split second. I was able to land an elbow to open him up a little bit, and he started reacting, and then I was able to really pull on the shots at the end.
Now, this was your first UFC stoppage, so how did it feel to get a stoppage in the UFC?
Man, it felt amazing, and hopefully I think that should definitely jump me a couple of spots up the rankings, and I think that performance should at least put a lot of the other bantamweights on notice that this kid is a little bit better than what he showed in his first fight.
It must be absolutely buzzing in your camp at the minute, because of course, you're coming off this win. We've seen Eddie Gordon win the Ultimate Fighter. John Violante's coming off of a win. Chris Weidman's just defended his title. What's it like being around all that at the moment?
Feels good. There's nothing but positive energy around here flowing around the room. Everybody's happy. We're all still training hard. Everybody's pretty much back in the gym right after their fight. So it's a blessing, to have that kind of atmosphere just around you all the time. It's something you have to actually be a part of to actually know what it feels like. Just be on that high wave of success so far, and I think it's only going to keep rolling, keep the momentum going, and keep building from there. Now
you're now 2-0 in the UFC. So ideally, when would you like to fight next, and who would you like to fight next?
Well, my birthday is July 31st. That's next week. So I don't really get to enjoy my birthday much, so I'm definitely gonna just hang out and relax for the rest of the summer. I'm planning on going on a cruise, hopefully. I don't really get to treat myself much after all the fights and everything I've had. I don't really do much of anything. I'm kind of considered a boring guy, So I'm always training. I'm constantly training. So now that I get some downtime, I want to enjoy the rest of the summer and have some fun with my family, my friends, and I'm possibly looking at October, maybe early November return, and that's my plan. If something else comes up and I'm in shape and I'm ready, I'm still training. Like today, I'm going to jiu-jitsu. Yesterday, I was training the class. So if something comes up, and it just sounds appealing, then I might just jump on that. But as for opponent, there was a couple guys I think would be fun fights. I know Russell Doane just won his fight. I think that would be a great fight. Dustin Kimura, I think he just won his. Even Roland Delorme, I like that matchup. I think that would be a fun matchup just because we're both big grapplers at 35. So I think that would be a fun one. I think people see a lot of fun grappling exchanges in that.
Yeah, I like some of those matchups.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I mean, I want to take my time, I don't want to start asking for the big guys, and I'm not ready for that. I think slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, I think some of those would be really good matchups for you as well. There's some really interesting fights there. Russell's on a good winning streak as well. He's won his first two as well. So, I really appreciate you giving me your time today, Aljamain, and congratulations on getting that second UFC victory.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, I just want to give you a chance to do some shout-outs. So anyone you want to thank, I know there's a lot of people who helped you get ready, your sponsors, and also let the listeners know about your Facebook and your Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Funkmaster Aljo. And I just want to give a shout-out to my sponsors, Anti-Body Wash, and Bad Boy.
Well,
they take care of me for my past few fights, so it was good, guys.
Well, I look forward to seeing you step back into that cage again, and enjoy your birthday next week.
Thank you. Gonna have some fun.